everybody, I'm KILRAVEN, Songwriter, and this is how I write a song. I'm still working on that YouTube star. Oh, there's my song. I'm just picking around. I've had company tonight. One of my friends, she's in her second trimestral, and the baby is due June 26th. So we're trying to figure out whether baby was a Cancer or a Gemini. Ask Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. That's how stupid I am. Siri works through my Apple right there, and that's what I'm recording this video with. I need to be a YouTube star because I'm too stupid to have a normal job, you know. You like to be to that right off the bat. I'm still kind of either embarrassed or tickled about, you know, want to splice there or stars, walking through the city like a troubadour, talking to the marble statues along the way. Honey, how the mannequins are starting to dress like you, my YouTube star, my YouTube star, my YouTube star. You start breaking my heart, you break my heart, yeah, you break my heart, you start walking through the city like a million times before. Funny how you notice things you never did before. Yeah, you just start billboard on the corner. Sensation, a billboard #1, walking through the city light. Now see where I'm writing that song right there. I was already writing something in my head different, and that key note I wanted to hit, I messed up. I would never do that on one of my normal videos, and that sounded pretty good too, guys. I thought so anyway. I felt it. I would never do that on any other type of program other than this one. Hey everybody, I'm KILRAVEN. This is how I write a song. Through NSAI, the National Songwriters Association International, there's y'all's plug. Hashtag blah blah blah. Y'all see me out there. Thank you for all your evaluations for me through the years. First principle is write again, rewrite. Write again, rewrite. And then once you got damn perfect and you republish it, you write again. After you publish it, you come back and even a song that you might have did years ago, like again and again, Julie. Same principle. Write. We're never completely satisfied. You know, John Lennon, he was never happy with anything he ever wrote. And it broke George Martin's. It just broke his heart. You mean you didn't like this? No, I hate that and the worst. And you didn't like, you know, sugar plum fairies, right? What is the Eggman? I don't know. It might be the recipe for my mother's pudding. You know, that kind of stuff. I like that beat. I had a lot of fun tonight. Miss Skelter and everything on her Instagram page. You know, they got those little things where change effects or remix or whatever, and where I'm probably friends with I don't know. I think the count is up to about 20 Joel Kelchers right now, and I'm saying this because in sincerity too. I you know, I want to make a joke out of it because it is funny. These girls, yeah, they're scamming, they're hustling and everything. And if you Google the genuine Joel, hey Joel, if you ever watch this, love your music, great band. See, I'm just hiding my real love. I can't help but love you because I love 20 others of you. But what I'm saying is they have a true mental awareness problem for sure. Because the only thing they're aware of is that they are who they say they are. And a realistic, a real number. It's probably around maybe 12, 13, 14 in there. Not one of them has ever did anything that I would consider that they protect your image as if they're protecting themselves, because in their mind, Billy, kind of wire stuff, never broken. Well, see, that mentally aware stuff, they're not aware that they are broken. You know, they are Joel. And my experience with the first one, when you know, I just had Facebook and make friends. You know, Facebook. I didn't get the kind of celebrity type, you know, the fanatics, you know, the hardcore. They're not the crazy fun groupies, you know, you know, the frat buddies that, you know, that kind of hang around from concert to concert. They're, you know, their loyalty it reminds me of a Star Trek episode when Data, some situation. I think it was a child or something like that, and the child lost daddy, and data caused the program to switch like that. That's what these people are doing, from my experience. So, if there's ever, I'm a sculptor, if there's ever familiarity that I talk to you, like, you know, and I worked at Tootsie's Oak Atlanta, so I'm not really big on getting starstruck, you know. I admire you and I love you and I think you're beautiful. Like my daddy say, I'd marry you in a heartbeat in the morning before the sun come up. Just eat some of your grizzly bear biscuits, and that's the truth. I want your daddy cooking those orders on. I'm a mountain man, you're a mountain woman, and I get your geeky side and your freaky side and your stardom side, but I recognize your persona as your stage character and the reality when you're just talking, having fun, being goofy old Joe. So, and where I'll go and say, the very first one, I didn't have any experience with the social media and everything, and you know, been recognized or anything. You know, they're my friends, my family, of course, and I don't know if it's a big deal, but I can see you do a post and you could have 160,000 views or something in a day or two, or that night. You know, speak to me, a year and 6 months, year and 5 months, whatever. It took me a year to reach the 100,000, and then it's took me, I think I'm at 160,000. Been there, so it's not like snowballs, but the very first one, it was just, well, I thought it was you. I apologize, anything, you know, just, but I know you so well through her Black Area, so. Was that one of my hyperboles that you talk about, or was that subterfuge? Was you embellishing another story, KILRAVEN? Yeah, I got some David Crock in my blood. Where do you come up with this stuff at? I don't come up with it. I just repeat what I hear in my head. All the voices in my head. You know, and I do have voices in my head, and proof of it is I could stack right in front of you. You know, composition books full of songs of all them voices speaking my head to give me all them songs. Never, you know, there's no musician can say, where did we get these songs from? But anyway, on Jewel's little thing, she had done the one, what was it? It sounded like that girl, Sarah, I seen that she's like friends with the Jules, and does some amazing stuff, and she's more in that Americana, and I could see some, I don't know, I thought African influences, just that hip hop. I met a gentleman online the other day, and I've been looking for a good collaborator, you know, somebody, American rap stuff just got so, but it's, the music that is going on, like in Nigeria or Uganda, but unfortunately Nigeria and Uganda is like the main central hub for the scammers and the hustlers and just cyber attacks on social media and Facebook and stuff, scamming for money, you know, and pretty girls pushing dry out there, you know. It don't take much to research even the little bio that no school, no nothing. That's a go, and it's only got a post of them over and over and over and over. There's the hint, you know. That's probably some African dude sitting over there in a hut, getting his jollies, laughing at all the poor American bastards over here sending their money to this poor little pretty girl in that picture, which is all bogus. Those Jewel impersonators, it's still a scam, it's still a hustle, but it's a mentally deranged that is medically treatable, perhaps, maybe. A good swift kick in the ass won't take care of them, because these ladies do believe it. And that very first one is so convincing that, I mean, some of them look like you naturally, and some of them go through plastic surgery. But they know every song you do, they know everything, and they do the best in their heart to become you, to the point, it's like Christians emulating the life of Christ to become better Christians. They're emulating the life of the Jewel culture and adopting it as their own for whatever never broken. That's what never broken is for, is people that are forever broken in the sense that they've lost that touch with reality and became something better in their life other than whatever made them snap to assume a whole different identity. And that's my little spill on it. My experience, I have met one that's tarnished other than sapping some poor fools out there to send them some money. And then they find out that they just got scammed. You know? But that girl, Jewel Kelcher, she don't look at examine. It's she let on a one-on-one fan of hers get to know her just a little more better and a little more intimate, and she thinks it's her service and her for all the grace that God's given her to be able to do that with folks. And it may sound weird what I'm saying, but I've experienced it. So if anything I post up there comes across as you know, I ain't stalking you, but boy, it was a golden opportunity. If you know me, most. But I love writing my spiritual music, emotional. It's one of them songs I've been, I don't know, rapping for 30 years. And it's such a powerful song, and I can't find the right musicians to stick around. They, 5 o'clock somewhere or something, and people get on that dope anymore. They just, they're just zombies. They don't do nothing. They just, they're in their little keypads or little Game Boys or just, you know. In scriptures it talks about, I think it's in the book of Thessalonians or 2 Thessalonians, one of those, says that in the last days that there will be strong delusion. Strong strong delusions. In the last days there will be sent strong delusions that if it were possible, even the very elite would be deceived. That's why I think that dope is just a season to believe in life if it were possible. First Adam, formed in God's image, given dominion over all the earth. The Lord gave him freely every tree of the garden, forbidden no blood, the taking of the tree of knowledge. On the day you eat thereof, you will surely die. But the serpent beguiled Eve with subtle lies. Bow, 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 bow. Just another fiddle, man. Just so ooh, you know, it's like the theme music for the survivors of tribulation. How much time is that so far? I'm making this down. They won't let me do it. Oh, dang it. 16 minutes. Shoot, I'm just catching my breath on that. But I apologize if I say anything out of line and if it offends anybody. But you know, it's a good, honest assessment. You know, personal point of view. I'm sure there's nightmare stories about worst examples of impersonators. I've had people, oh gosh, Dean Martin's daughter, both a real one, and some people impersonating her, the real Toby Keith, and people impersonating him. Let's see, a big one right now is Randy Travis. I've probably got about 8 or 10 Randy Travis friends. No, I'm kidding. You guys out there know I'm telling the truth. You know, you got one of those, you know, professional dashboard for any of the sites. Opens you up to a whole new level of crazy. But that song Jewel, I love it. Mama's Got a Groove on. Really started writing it for pretty much every girl that I've met. I told them I was writing it for them over the last 20-some years. Because it's just one of those songs that just had a good feel-good movie. Yeah, it was. You know, songs are a movie. But I can never find what I'm really writing about. I just couldn't do it. Mom's got a groove on what the daddy do. You know, it's always like some kind of breakup song. And she and I have been on a slow death for oh gosh, since 2018. You know, long-term relationship couple. You know, you're like family, and you know, hard to burn bridges with some people that you love. You got about, you know, it's finding problems, you know, in both ways. Just incompatible. I don't like that word. I like better. We just wasn't able to adapt to each other and, you know, blend in one. I kept expecting that woman to be able to take that ribbon. I wake up and it'd be messing. Oh, that's that song. Let me see if it come back to me. Might have been yesterday, probably back. It's been the last few days. I delight myself in the wife, and I delight myself in the wife of my youth. That came to me, and I knew I heard it somewhere, or I went to church somewhere with somebody as a guest, or you know, just. And I remember loving it years ago, and kind of playing around with it, you know, for my wife at the time. Hi, baby. Lisa Ken, I love you. Say hi to our son if you see him. But it was, you know, it was one of the Proverbs. I want to see if I can kind of toy with that. I've never actually played it and just see what comes out. Because the wife of my youth. But the verse said, you know, I delight myself in the wife, and I delight myself in the wife of my youth. Every man is his perfect gift from God. Mine's the one God's joined. Mine's the one God's joined to the no man goes asunder. Every man is his perfect gift of God. Mine's the one God's joined to no man goes asunder. God easily could have put me in a sleep, took my breath and made her just for me. 'Cause she's flesh of my flesh, and she's bone of my bone. She's such a part of me. Together we are one. I delight myself. I delight myself in the wife of my youth. And see, there's where you get emotionally compromised. The whole chorus, those others, little lines, they just sprinkle out of my head. But then I get to that hook, that other verse, and it's like I delight myself in the wife of my youth. Da 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 da. Something there. Every man. I like it. What's something else I've been working on? Look around, people. It's time to leave the scattered sheep back home to the Lord. They need to know that the time is so short. They need somebody to tell about the way. And it's up to you and me. Will be too late. Look around, people. The harvest pickles are ready for the cleaner. Oh, let's get ready. You know, that's one of those songs that, God, you just take every which way you could. You know, it's an older song now. And that's where all that new energy from new collaborators and stuff come in. This Nigerian guy that I met, his name's I hope he's Skyper. KILRAVEN-Songwriter, Tennessee over here, USA baby, USA. Hey, I got an idea for the Dark Continent over there. Y'all ever think about making it United States of Africa? Stuff all that. Listen to that. That's what he does. Man, there's so many different cultures and the belief forms and everything. I said, man, I'm half Native American, and you know, that's an Indian, an Indian. Only good Indian is the head Indian. That's why I grew up. And anyway, and there's thousands of individual Native American different cultures and linguistics and everything, and you know, they kind of banded under a force called the Iroquois League of Nations or something like that. And Benjamin Franklin was a good idea, and he founded the United States after it. Where there's a will, there's a way. Get together, boys and girls. Quit being a dark country, become a light country. Change your name first of all, because we're all children of Adam and Eve. I'm going to just keep on talking for about an hour. I'm just feeling her coming over that baby and just everybody talking about, you know, I'm like grandfather type, about uncle type. And it's been a long time since children been around, and I think it's gonna be nice. Personally. I've been trying to, I can't get it down on the guitar to do it like a 4-step down, and it needs other instruments. I'm just gonna keep it to the D minor, to the D7, or go into that. Somebody like that boy in Pat's band or a Train's band, he'd say, no, here's the chord. You know, I've been looking for a chord like that, chord like that, chord like that. Is that? No, it's this one. Uh-huh. Yeah, that is. Yeah, but do it on downstroke. Right? This is for my son. Sometimes you just got to say, I thank you, Father, for me. I've gotten spoiled too, with a microphone. Where I've been singing so long around a microphone, I gotta just, stay in such a thing and kind of breaks your voice. But on a microphone, it's like the same guitar. You don't even have to try. Just, just almost whisper, or just, that makes it easier. Sometimes you just got to say, thank you, Father, for making this day. Aaron, sometimes you just got to say, thank you, Father, for whatever. Thank you for this little baby smile. Lord, I see when I look in his eyes. It's a true consolation just to know the miracles you happen. And I believe you've given me the chance to witness one. Thank you for the little things. Thank you for the childish games. Thank you for the giving, me the receiving, the chance to see. I thank you, Father, whatever. Aaron, sometimes you just got to say, I thank you, Father, whatever. Thank you for the little baby smile. What I see when I look in his eyes is a true consolation just to know the miracles you happen. And I believe you've given me the chance to witness one. Thank you for the little things. Thank you for the childish games. Thank you for the children who've given me the chance to see. I thank you, Father, whatever. Aaron, sometimes you just got to say, thank you, Father, whatever. Love you guys. Name's KILRAVEN, Songwriter. This is how I write a song. I don't know where I'm going to edit, whether I edit. If I put it out there, and gotta consider some things I just know I talk about too. But in an open society amongst open people. I don't think I said anything wrong. I love you guys until the next song, the next episode of KILRAVEN. Or meet me. So, I'll bite. I'll bite. Don't mean you'll bite though. Like people told bite. Teaches them some of them Eskimo cowboys I heard.